My dear friends, you are welcome to another edition of our program, Demystifying Academic Research. In this program, we try to make academic research understandable. We have already been talking about the issue of literature review, and we saw that our approach to literature review has 5 parts. The first part is the initial search. The second part is the copy and paste of relevant information. The third part is what we call the conceptual framework. The fourth part is the acronym PEER, point, example, explain, and repeat. And the last part is conclusions and introduction. We have started already, and as of yesterday, we handled the issue of conclusion. And we saw that a good conclusion should have 4 parts. It should have a recapitulation, it should have limitations both on the paper you are writing and the papers you read. It should have implications for further research or further study. It should also have implications for policymakers, for practice, for action if necessary. Today we are going to handle the issue of an introduction to literature review. My name is Mike Booker, and I encourage all of us who are coming again. Thank you so much. If you are an old person that will be here, you have subscribed already. Thank you very much for subscribing and for always coming up to share with us, to follow what we are doing, and to make your contributions known. If you are a new person, if you just discovered this, if you are just connected to this channel, please, the YouTube channel, please subscribe and put on the notification button so that each time we drop a new video, you'll be notified. We do that every Monday to Friday. We also encourage all of us to like, share, and make our comments known at the comment section. Let us get directly into it. Introduction to literature review. I think the introduction to literature review is, to me, the most difficult part of literature review writing, the introduction. I say so because sometimes we are tempted to write literature review to write introduction first before we finish a paper, but it's good to write it at the end. Now we are saying that because you are through with the paper writing and it's only literature review that is left, you are in a better position to see ahead, to foreshadow what is happening. You are able to, you have already put the papers together, you have synthesized the papers, you have analyzed them, you have summarized them, and so you have a better position to tell what is going to happen. Remember, we're talking about the introduction. You can tell from now because you have gone through the paper. A good introduction, my dear friend, should have 3 parts. It should answer each part should answer a particular question. For instance, the first part should answer the question why. Why are we writing the literature review? That's the first part. The second part should answer the question what. What are the lacuna, the research gaps in the literature review? The third part is how do we intend to fill this lacuna, this research gap? So you have the question why, what, and how. Let us take one at a time. What or why are we writing this literature review now? In this first part, it may be first paragraph for somebody, you want to let your readers know what is going on. You want to bring them and you want to impress them with what is the big debate in the field. You want to also let them know why are you passionate about this topic? What has prompted you to do this? And then why must it be done now and not later? So in this part, the issue of now is very, very important. Why are you having literature review now? The second part, as I said, remember, the second part is the issue of the question of what. What are the lacuna or what are the research gap in the field, in this paper, the topic. Remember that since you have already written the paper, you have finished the paper, you can be able to tell the lacuna, the research gap. For instance, in the topic that we'll be handling, we'll be talking about this topic, pastoral insensibility in cultural diversity and the growth of the church. Since you handle the issue of what are the lacuna, you may be able to tell the reader ahead of time that, look here, on this topic, there are 2 contesting schools of thought. One school of thought says that the attitude of the pastor in cultural diversity, or the mastery of how the pastor have mastered cultural diversity and put it to practice has nothing to do with the growth of the church. Another school of thought says that the way the pastor behaves in cultural diversity has everything to do with the growth of the church. So these are the contesting school of thought that this paper is trying to look into. So you are able to say this because you are reading the paper and rather writing the introduction. Now, then you can state that the gap maybe is because there are this indecision. So you are trying to see how you can fill the gap to see which school of thought is right or which direction you have to take. The third part is to also help the reader. We said how you want to let the reader know how this lacuna is going to be filled. In other words, you are trying to bring to the reader the motivations that you have for this literature review. How you are going to fill this gap, how you are going to carry up your own study, how you are going to bring up your own contribution, how will your voice be heard. This is the last part that fills the space that is created because of what we are researching on. If you follow all these steps, my dear friend, and finish throughout, I bet you have written a wonderful introduction to your literature review. And anybody who picks that paper and goes to introduction has a better idea of what is happening in the paper. In fact, sometimes somebody can read only that introduction and already have a better knowledge of what is happening in the paper. That is a good introduction. Remember, we said that a good literature review should have 5 parts. The first part is the initial search. The second is the stages are initial search, the copy and paste of relevant information, then the conceptual framework, and then the written part begins from the PEERO, point, example, explain and repeat, and then also the conclusions and introduction. We just finished the introduction today, and we hope that this will be helpful to somebody out there. Please recommend this channel to others who may have interest in academic research, and I pray that as we go along, we are going to help each other. By Monday, we are going to begin a new topic. We want to keep it to be a great surprise for all of us. Please stay tuned, and I encourage you to always come back. Thank you for coming back, and thank you for sharing this channel and to advertise to others who may be able to benefit from it. Until then, stay safe.